Armed Forces of the Philippines Commissioned Officers Country AFPCOC of Wanted has now started a directive establishing a mess hall in all camps and bases of the AFP. From simple mess hall, it evolved to an establishment of a command facility and country house, where dining and social gatherings can be held. Due to unforeseen circumstances brought by COVID-19 pandemic.
Unang araw ng Enhanced Community Contra COVID-19.
Suddenly AFPCOC revenue fell down. The former lively, crowded and covered by the noise on every corner of the vicinity turned out to be quiet atmosphere where people cannot celebrate gatherings, dine-ins and parties anymore due to the spread of the virus, and some people lost their job. This was the severe trial for the management on how to cope up the worst situation. In the midst of pandemic, AFPCOC was financially unstable due to lockdown and quarantine period. The AFPCOC management, which is led by Lieutenant Colonel Conrado Siabat III, Philippine Air Force, together with his subordinate, came up into ideas on how to beat the pandemic, in which they need to offer food deliveries to their valued clients in order to sustain the financial needs of AFPCOC. As the day passes by, AFPCOC continue to resist against the effects of the pandemic, especially to the food industry. AFPCOC was able to sustain its operations through the help various AFP and DND units offices inside the camp who continuously patronize the services of AFPCOC. The former business is gradually returning, wherein parties, events and conferences are in moderate process despite of some restrictions of the COVID-19. The management believes that the business continues until it will go back to the normal stage by means of maintaining good quality of food and services rendered to the customers. Instead of simply reverting to business as usual, AFPCOC sees the opportunity to innovate in the next normal, by reinventing the menu, which lately AFPCOC launched its grazing table to digitize customer experience. During the recovery period, AFPCOC top priorities ought to include updating operating procedures, reactivating customers to bring them back into restaurant dining rooms, adjusting menus to address shifts in customer